Jayden Daniels does it the best in this
Simply
class.
put, the best player
He makes them a better team.
Football.
He helps them win today, tomorrow, and 5 years from now. And I'm excited to see him wearing that Commanders colors and really bringing the city back to life.
I was born and raised in San Bernardino. My parents went to Cajon. Always grew up going to Cajon. I mean, my dad said there's no need to transfer. I mean, if you could play, the college is going to come. It's lofty expectations here. Being at LSU, such a powerhouse, they want to win. Anything less than the 10 wins is a loss here. I want to live up to those expectations.
Jayden Daniels said, risk reward, we're going to make you pay.
You weren't guaranteed the quarterback job when you decided to come to LSU. So why LSU?
The coaches didn't guarantee me anything. They just said you have a chance to play at the highest level in the best conference in college football. So it was all about me going out there and putting in the work, showing the coaches that I was the right guy for the job and that they could trust me on the field.
He's willing to bet on himself. And so when you have guys that are not looking for, hey, you got to give me an NIL or you got to give me this, he said, you know what, I'm going to invest in myself because I'm going to be your quarterback.
This is a very special place. How do you describe how Baton Rouge has embraced you?
I mean, it just took me in as one of his own, As soon as they announced me as a starting quarterback, just coming out here and we started winning football games, you could feel the love. I never really experienced something like this coming from the West Coast. Coming down the tunnel, you could hear everybody, feel the footsteps for all the fans, make it loud, Saturday night, it's a big time game.
Three-man rush against Daniels, and he threw it behind Neighbors. Daniels trouble finding anything.
It wasn't perfect, but they did enough.
The Auburn game. I know after that game, you guys had a players-only meeting. What was the message in that room?
Just trust. That's a big key word that we use around here is trust. You just got to trust that the receiver is going to be at the right spot. They got to trust that I'm going to put the ball in the right position so they're able to make that catch.
What was the challenge of getting to the place where you do trust yourself to just let it rip?
Me and Coach Kelly had a conversation about that. You got to go out there. You got to trust what you see. And as long as you're decisive, you can't be wrong. Ever since we had that conversation and I did that, you can just see the whole offensive unit just going out there having fun, making plays.
Jayden Daniels, touchdown. A 6-touchdown night for Jayden Daniels.
There's a confidence level that he knows the offense. He's got a relationship now that it's built on throwing the ball before receivers are open. More than anything else is when you build confidence in a quarterback, they become so much more assertive, and I think that you're seeing that in his development.
Another big game for number 5.
So you have a history with Bryce Young.
Yeah.
What is that history?
I played Bryce when we were younger, in Little League football, Pop Warner. Beat his team a couple times. I grew up with Bryce.
I'm not gonna lie, we never were able to beat them. This is in elementary school. I used to play safety. The only person that's ever made me miss was Jayden.
Being both kids from Southern California, me, him, CJ Stroud, DJ at Clemson, we all played against each other when we were younger. It's gonna be fun to go out there and, playing Bryce in Tiger Stadium on Saturday night.
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Jayden Daniels.
How you doing, man? I've just been so impressed with what you've done to get yourself to where you're at right now, man. And there's so many more great things to come. But you put in all the work in the early mornings, the late nights. I just couldn't be more impressed, and I couldn't be more proud to pick you to represent our franchise. So congratulations, man.
Congrats, man. How awesome is this? I've known for a long time about the ball player, but over the last 2 months, I learned about the dude, the dedication. I think the Florida game spoke to your resilience, and that's why you're coming here, man. You're a dog competitor. We're going to kick a lot of together.
Congrats, man. Welcome to you and your family, to the DMV. I know we're going to make it happen together. I'm so appreciative that we're going to be doing this. And what a night, and you've earned it, and just celebrate. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Turn it in. Let's go.
With the second pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, The Washington Commanders select Jayden Daniels, quarterback, LSU.
But Jayden Daniels is our starting quarterback.
Yes, indeed. Jayden Daniels, the number 2 overall draft pick, is QB1.
It's just in. The Commanders have named Jayden Daniels the team's starting quarterback.
Jayden Daniels is the Commanders' starting QB.
This has been a home run pick so far for the Washington Commanders. I'm not surprised at all they named him the starter this early in training camp.
He's the man, and everybody knows it, and there's no looking back. So they got something there in Jayden Daniels. You know it, I know it, anybody watching football.
But Jayden Daniels looks spectacular.
The fact that Jayden Daniels has showed them so much so early reinforces what the Washington Commanders think, which is they got a guy. In a league, Mike, where either you have a guy or you don't have a guy, the Commanders believe that they got a guy. And the fact that he checked off every box as easily as he did, I think makes for a lot more optimism in Washington right now than we have seen in a pretty long time.
Just a blessing that DQ and AP trust me to go out there and lead the team, lead the franchise to hopefully win some games. So big ups to them. It's a blessing. Something I dreamt about as a kid, to be at this moment, to experience this moment. Not that I can say too much.
It's not a secret, but it is a journey and a process. And so as we're going, when he's ready, we'll know. And when he's ready, he'll also know.
Yeah, that's what DQ's entire philosophy is about competition. And if you're going to preach about it, you got to be about it. And Jayden came in and operated at a high level from day one. We kept trying to increase the install and see how much he could handle, and he handled it well in every phase and every way. And I think his work ethic and the leadership skills he displayed early really helped him land that starting position.
We knew we would get here, but we were just excited to see how we would. And so seeing him hit all the spots, this is a rare competitor. And those are the things that I knew about him, but seeing it in your own building, on your own team, you know, around new teammates, that was cool to see. So he's just, you know, had a remarkable start to things here. He's earned the respect of teammates and coaches and people inside of the building. And he's very, you know, thankful to be part of a, you know, group that, you know, with the quarterback and the coaches and, you know, helping him get ready. That's a big deal too.
But I think that sticks out about Jayden. I think he almost has like a gravitational pull to him. Andrew Luck was very similar in that guys wanted to be around us on the team. It didn't matter if you were the receiver one or a practice squad guy. Andrew treated everyone the same. And Jayden is the same way. He's just one of the guys. He's a guy that's won the Heisman, number 2 overall pick. But Jayden is so humble. He wants to be so great. He works extremely hard.
The maturity level that he possesses, the command, he's humble, but he's very confident. When he makes a mistake, he's not afraid. Nothing is too big for him. And you just see a very mature young man really embracing his opportunity. He's the first one in the building on the offense side of the ball, and he's walking through early, and he's studying and asking questions and a little bit of everything. He loves the game. He's eating up by it, and the process is from morning till night of him trying to become the best player he can become. He's here very early, right? He stays late. He comes and talks to the defense. Not many offensive guys will walk into that defensive room because it's a different type of guy in that room. He comes in there and has a good time with us. He's a real guy, and he's the type of guy that you want to hook yourself onto because he can lead you in the right direction. Like I said, I've been around a lot of good quarterbacks, and we have one here. And so we have to do everything we can to make sure we put him in the right position because it's a team that wins it. So we have to give him short fields. We have to get the ball to him. And as many times as we can get the ball to him, he's going to put the ball in the end zone. And so it's a team deal, and we support him 100% because he's our leader, even though he's a rookie. He's our guy.
Right, he was part of my son's signing class at Arizona State. And to see him go from this wiry, skinny, bright-eyed kid to this rookie who is wise beyond his years. The experiences that he went through, the ups and the downs of who he was at ASU to when he left, to adjusting to an entirely new culture at LSU and becoming the Heisman Trophy winner. One, it's a sense of pride. in seeing a young man who you've admired the way he's carried himself from the time you met him at the age of 17 to now, knowing that one day they're going to hand the keys of this franchise off to him, and knowing that not only is he in good hands with the new ownership, the new coaching staff, but that this organization will be in good hands when he becomes the quarterback of this team.
Jayden, you got a victory last week in a home opener over a division rival. And around here, I'm sure you figured it out, but if you haven't, you're gonna. Beating the Giants, beating the Eagles, beating the Cowboys especially, that's a big deal. How much does it help, if there are nerves, to just exhale a little bit and get that first win at home?
Man, it means a lot. A couple of my buddies, CJ Stroud, people like that have been in this league a year ago, they told me to celebrate these wins because it's hard to win in the NFL. So first one at home, it wasn't the way that we wanted to win, but a win is a win. Against one of my personal best friends, Malik Neighbors, and the Giants, it means a lot. Not only to me, but, to the fan base and everybody else.
You've run for 132 already, and I think Washington fans understand your legs are a weapon. But I think maybe you understand that Washington fans, when you take off, everybody's like holding their breath, right? How do you balance the fact that your legs are definitely going to be part of what make you great in this league with the fact that in this league, there's some big fellas out there and you're not the heaviest guy. So how do you balance that?
You got to pick your spots. When it's time to extend the play outside the pocket with your arm, with your legs, get what you can get so you can stay ahead of the chains. But also, no matter what, any quarterback in this league, anybody, you take that wrong hit, is always bad from there. But it's just picking your spots. And for me, like the coaching staff, everybody, they don't want to take away what got me here, what could help me. But, they just want me to go out there and just pick the spots when it's most important too.
I was texting with Coach Herm this morning and told him I was going to visit with you. He told me to tell you hello. He also told me to tell you to slide. I'm sure you hear that a lot.
Yeah.
But, it's a balance. Part of what makes you dangerous is that. You don't want to take that part of your game away. But it is, there's some big cats out there running around. You mentioned CJ. I find it really interesting that there's these three California quarterbacks, Bryce Young, yourself, CJ. I know you know each other well. I know you guys train together. I know there's a lot there. It's crazy that a year ago, those guys go 1-2, then you go 2. And they've had very different paths, obviously, early in their careers. What have they shared with you about what this process is like that you found helpful?
Just be yourself. The main thing is we got here for a reason. The teams picked us for a reason. Don't try to go out there and be somebody that you're not. Continue to be yourself and enjoy the wins because they're hard to come by. Obviously, it's two different type of paths from them last year, and then trying to follow them up this year, man. Is go out there and just enjoy the wins, be yourself, and try to lead the team the best you can.
This game on Monday is interesting because the guy on the other sideline under center is not just part of the Heisman brotherhood, but he's part of that LSU brotherhood, which is, I've seen it, man. Baton Rouge is like no other place in the world. What's that relationship like in terms of a guy that maybe you can lean on and ask questions about what it is, because he's even further down the road than CJ and Bryce?
Yeah, me and Joe got a good relationship. Obviously, us both being transfers going to LSU and they accepting us and accomplishing what we accomplished there, we kind of built that relationship over those past 2 years. And now to be able to be on the same field as him, I know a lot of people back in Louisiana will be happy to tune into that game.
They got to pick one, or they're going to root for both sides? How's that going to work?
I don't know. It's up to them. I appreciate a root for both sides, but it'd be awesome to share that and see where two transfers, two kids from totally opposite sides of the world, and go out there and we have something in common. That's going there and going to LSU, being in Louisiana, and them kind of adopting us.
They really did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like that. The thing that unless you've been there, I don't think people can really grasp what it means to them to have a guy out there like him and then you. Is it? Yeah. Were you prepared for what that was?
I wasn't, not at all. I don't think Joe could say he was either.
I'm sure he said he wasn't.
Yeah, no, you can't be prepared for that. But once they accept you, man, they love you forever.